Assalamualaikum, and thank you so much to everyone for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate your presence here. Welcome to See Through the Green, Unmasking Greenwashing, brought to you by UITM Sabah branch in collaboration with Mouse. Tonight, we will explore an important topic that affects us all as consumers: how to identify genuine environmental effort from misleading marketing claims. To share the welcoming words and introduce tonight's program, please join me in welcoming the program leader from our BA 270 Marketing Group, Mr. Alden Ray.
Okay, so hello guys. Good evening, everyone, and warm greetings to all of you. Okay, so welcome to See Through the Green Unmasking Greenwashing. So this event is organized by UITM Sabah branch together with Mouse. My name is Elden Red Rombon. I'm BA 270 marketing students in semester 5, and I'm the program leader for this group project. This is part of our MKT 635 Ethics and Sustainable Marketing subject under Dr. Sharifah Nurafiza. So, wow, I can see many of you here tonight. Thank you for coming. Before we start, I want to say thank you to everyone who helped make this event happen. And thank you to my group members who all worked really hard on this project. So our lecturers also guided us, and everyone on Mouse for working with us, and everyone who helped behind the scenes. We couldn't do this without all of you, and tonight we are going to talk about something very important, which is greenwashing. You know how many companies today say they are helping the environment? Well, sometimes they're not telling the whole truth. We want to help you become smarter shoppers who can spot when companies are just trying to trick you. So, thank you for being here tonight. Together, we can learn to make better choices for our planet. And now, let me pass it back to our MC to continue with the program. Thank you.
Ready. Good evening and welcome to tonight's showcase, See Through the Green Unmasking Greenwashing. I'm Atika. And I'm Iza. And we're your hosts for today. Thank you for joining us tonight for a highly relevant topic, greenwashing. Before we begin, let's make sure all participants are registered and settled in. So, while our participants are getting comfortable, Iza, I have a question. What's greenwashing? Is it like washing our greens, vegetables? Nautica, greenwashing is the practice of companies making misleading claims about their environmental effort everywhere around us. From the product we buy to the company we support, greenwashing can confuse us as environmentally conscious consumers. Oh, I see. But, well, luckily tonight we have two distinguished speakers who will share their expertise on this critical topic. Also, we'll be sprinkling in three informative videos to watch throughout the evening. And here's something exciting. We will be having a voting session and a lucky draw at the end of tonight's program. You will get to vote for which one of the three videos you found you most like. So please pay close attention to each video segment, as we'll want to hear your thoughts on which one resonated most with you. The voting will take place right before our Q&A session and lucky draw just before we wrap up. This will be a great way for us to understand which aspect of greenwashing education are most effective for our audience. Now, let's watch our first video presentation that will set the stage for tonight's discussion on greenwashing. Each video reflects a topic that each group has chosen. Remember, this is the first of three videos you'll be voting on later tonight, so please pay close attention. Now, please direct your attention to the screen for our first video segment.
Swimming in the Seine. The Paris Olympics is promising to be spectacular and environmentally sustainable. By using world-famous city landmarks as venues, the International Olympic Committee
And Parisians are planning a poo protest in the River Seine ahead of the Paris Olympics. Now, this is a true story. They are apparently upset $2.3 billion has been spent to clean up the river, so they're organising a defecation flash mob, as you do, for June the 23rd.
The world is watching. Paris 2024 promises to be the greenest Olympic in history. But behind the light, logos, and low carbon claim, how green is it really? This is not just about sport, it's about truth, transparency, and greenwashing.
Paris 2024 was branded as the first net zero Olympic Games. Organizers claims 95% of venues are existing or temporary. Athletes will sleep on recyclable cardboard beds, and public transport will be used to reduce emissions. Even the medals are made from recycled electronics.
But environmental experts and NGOs warn this might be more of a marketing campaign than actual sustainability. Constructions of new venues like the Olympic Village still contributes tons of carbon dioxide emissions. Some report shows the carbon offset method they use are vague or unverified.
The promise of net zero often relies on carbon offsets, like planting trees or investing in green projects, but critics say that doesn't erase the actual damage being done right now.
Greenwashing is when a company or event pretend to be eco-friendly, but in reality, their actions tell a different story. It's branding over impact, it's image over integrity.
We are not saying we should cancel the Olympic, but we should ask, are we being told the full story?
Don't believe every green label. Do your research. Ask questions. Real sustainability takes more than good PR.
There was powerful, a bold look at how even global events like the Olympic can carry hidden environmental costs. Yeah, a strong reminder to ask, is it eco or is it ego? That's our first video. Keep it in mind for the vote later. Now that we've seen how greenwashing plays out in big events, let's hear from someone who's been studying this issue closely. Our first speaker, Ms. Tressie Yap, is an expert in environmental issues and sustainability. Tonight, she'll help us understand how youth can become more aware and critical when it comes to green claims. Interesting. I think we are all ready to learn more. Definitely. Please join us in welcoming Ms. Tressie Yap.
Hi, everyone. Okay, let me share my screen. Sorry, it's not sharing. Is it sharing? Hi, is it sharing?
No, miss.
It's not sharing?
Yeah, it's not sharing.
Okay, sorry. Is it sharing?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Is it sharing, right? Okay. Hi, everyone. Sorry, sorry about the hiccup. Okay. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm a professional architect and also artist, and now I'm an product designer for upcycled product. I'm the founder of Upcycle Shack, and also a co-chair for Sabah Recycling Association called Ripple. Okay, so this topic it's about unmasking greenwashing. So I think it's very important for me to share a bit of my background and also my journey, so that to ensure this is not greenwashing, just to please someone, just to take advantage of the environment and things like that. So I started 2005 as an architect, and then concentrate on sustainable design and architecture, and then form Upcycle Shack, 2001 4, and I used to be chair for Ripple, leading the recycling initiative for glass and plastic. And now, currently, I'm also a board of advisor, one of the board of advisor for DBKK, City Hall. So it's a footprint of sustainability. So it's a long journey. So working on environment, it's not you have to start from last week or whenever. So it's a long journey. Okay. So upcycling, it's about creative transformation from waste into high value product. And the purpose is to reduce landfill, lower carbon emission, and also at the same time, one of our mission is to empower our rural communities and B40 communities. And okay, and also we have community models such as to, as I mentioned, empower community, and at the same time also reduce waste, and to uncover talent communities, because I realized that Sabahan, we have a lot of talented people, especially in kampong. So the purpose is to uncover them, and they can use their household waste to upcycle product and sell for profit, sell for livelihood, and at the same time is doing good for the environment, which is a circular economy. We collaborate with City Hall and other government agencies and other NGO. So I just flipped through, some of the products that we have done, from kulit jagung into flowers, and then from Milo sachet, Nescafe sachet, goes into all these wonderful products, and they are sellable in the market. And then bed sheet, from hotels, we make eco prints onto the fabric and then sells all this product. Milk carton, and plastic waste into all these commercial products and merchandise, um, and glass bottle as well, so into bricks and pavers. So as I mentioned, our purpose is to empower a community so that all these household waste can be their capital to do their business. Okay, and some art installation requested by corporate art gallery as well as hotel. Okay, so all this, why I mention all this, because at the end of the day, we have to have a sustainable impact report. So these are the report that we have done. For each item, we have the sustainable impact report. How much, what is the kilo of the weight of the waste salvaged from the landfill, and then what is the economic growth, of plastic that we have gained. Instead of throwing to the bin, it will have this money to generate income per kg. You see, so and then the number of people that we empowered, as well as we mentioned about the carbon emission reduction. You see, like in this case, last year, 2024, so we managed to reduce 4.3 tons of carbon emission. So each of the product, like kulit jagung corn husk, so like this case, 10.5 tons. And how many people that we empowered, we give, we instill them some skill to make income. Okay, so this one I just flipped through. So just to show you the sustainable impact report, and this is the summary that how much Upcycle Shack have done, per year. So 1.3 tons of the weight of waste material, and how many communities that we have empowered, and how much carbon emission we have reduced, and what is the economy that we have circular and upcycle. Okay, so that's it. That is the background of Upcycle Shack, and then how it support the true mission of sustainable. Okay, now I have to show you another slides. Sorry. Okay, so the topic here is unmasking greenwashing. Okay, what actually is greenwashing to all of us, So this is quite a new topic for any one of us. So, but it is very relevant for nowadays activity, especially we come to environment protection and all that. So every corporate, every individual, every businessman, they subject to greenwash nowadays. Whether you do good, you may be accused by greenwashing. Even myself, I being also sort of like being blamed to have greenwashing. So this is how you market yourself. I know you guys are studying about marketing. So I think greenwashing is a very relevant topic to talk about. Okay, I think it is one of the behavior that try to deceive people that they are doing good to protect the environment. So like for example, we are using plastic bottle, but the label it claim eco-friendly, and it says natural. So this is a false claim, you see, against genuine sustainability, where there's a lot of study to make it like carbon neutral, and a lot of study that to make the material to be compostable, and also a practice, like for example, if you are using glass bottle, then you can refill. So this is a genuine sustainable practice and sustainable product. Okay, these are the commonly tactics that greenwashing can be. So for example, they have all the buzzword, they have all the green label saying it's eco-friendly, but there is no explanation how they are sustainable and what material they was made of. So I think there's a lot of product out there have this kind of claim, so we have to be careful. So there's a lot of rebranding also happening around all the products, like moving into green. So whether green really suggests eco-friendly. So these are all the things that we have to think about, and this can be claimed as greenwashing. If you just use green, or you just use the buzzword without any proof or any certification, so then you deem to be greenwash, you see. And also one of the tactic is trade-off, hidden trade-off, means you are using a biodegradable packaging, but then the content full of chemical. So this is the hidden trade-off. So these are the tactics that we can spot, whether they are greenwashing. Okay, so of course greenwashing is very harmful to us, so mislead the public to buy their product, but they thought they are helping the environment, but actually it's not. And also they undermine the genuine environmental effort, and slow down the climate exchange. So so they will sway away all the good effort, the genuine effort of the environment. So this is very dangerous. So as a wise consumer, we have to understand where they are coming from, and before you buy the product, you have to study the stories, the background, and all that. So these are some of the notable greenwashing examples. It's all in the internet. It's all in the market and in the industry. So we have to really understand uh, before we make any mistake, when we do the marketing. So like BP, they used to say, um, I mean, we also have Petronas, Shell, and all that. So we really have to be careful how we market them. So in order not to be blamed, not to be, one of the victims for greenwashing. And like, for example, I would like to highlight this example, like um, Volkswagen. So they say they use clean diesel, and they are putting a device, saying that they're putting a device detect low emission, but actually it's not. So it's a open example, all these Rolex, Nestle, and all that. So we have to be careful, how we market the products, and airlines also do that. So these are the notable example in the market, so which you can proceed to study. okay, and fast fashion. So I think fast fashion is a very popular uh, uh, subject. You know, like H&M and all that, you see. So whether they are really going for green or is just a small percentage of the fabric are, using recycled or organic. So, many of them claim they are organic, they are recycled material, recycled fabric. So whether or not they are, but some of them just use, a small percentage of the fabric, made of organic or recycled material, but they apply to all the clothing. So it's a false claim also. And also look for third party certification. So there's some good third party certification. Okay, yeah. So these are the third party label, third party certification, global organic textile, fair trade, cradle to cradle, and this is very famous, FSC. So they are the reliable third party label. Okay, and always as a consumer, we can ask for transparency, on who are the supplier, who, what are the material used, and what are the carbon footprint you can save and all that, and take note on all the buzzword, so you can't just use it, just easily. So you really have to use it seriously instead of just eco-friendly, green, sustainable, and all that, which I think nowadays we heard a lot, all this jargon. And the famous tactics is using green, use leaf icon and all that, which is nowadays are very common to be called greenwashing as well. Okay, so again, we have to be a critical consumer. You have to really ask serious question, and also look for brand that is walk the talk, and also do your own research, as where the product come from and who are making them and all that. Okay, so again, I'm showing this, the sustainable impact report. As I mentioned, it's important to tell story, the background of the community, and how much they earn, and how much waste that they have saved and all that. So these are the stories that consumer would like to listen and to hear about. Okay. So again, what is a sustainable product? So I think these are the three P's that we focus. In Upcycle Shack, we focus very much on this. So we have to have a fair labor. So we don't mark up the price very high. We have to, give a fair price to our community, and also use product that is less harmful to the environment, and also upcycle. And the last is to ethical profit. So, and also you have to know about the background, how long term their commitment they have done, what have they done, and where they are coming from. uh, yeah, all that. So whether we are contributing to the community involvement. So whether this uplift the community and also benefits the community. That is very important. So these are the three factors that we have to look for when we look we consume any product. Okay, action to call to action. So we don't just buy green. So we have to think about, how sustainable, how the product made, and what is the story behind it. So don't fool by the trend. Everyone say buy green product. It's not just green color. If the packaging is green, it doesn't mean green. So these are the things that we have to look for and look forward to, on the marketing. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tressie, for that empowering presentation. You've really shown us how important it is, especially for youth, to think critically about the brand we support. It's a truly eye-opening session. I think there are questions from the comment section, right? Yeah. Okay, so for the question one, what were the biggest challenges you faced when starting upcycling Shack, especially in mobilizing community support?
Okay, that's the normal question that I usually ask. There are 1,001 challenges. I think we start from the community first. I think the community mindset is very important. So whether they are ready or not to take on the mission, because household waste is something that is dirty. If when you consume something, you can, you take out the packaging, you may throw it to the bin. So when you throw it to the bin, you mix all the vegetable, the wet thing, the wet waste, then it will become dirty. So you have to clean it. So it's a change of mindset. So you have to, educate them to properly manage their waste. So it's like in Japan, they really segregate and sort their waste. So it's a mindset change. So to change a mindset, someone's mindset, it's really difficult. So it's really they have to buy in the idea, the concept themselves. So yeah, mindset change is the one of the challenges. Yep.
Thank you, Ms. Tracy. We might as well move to the second question.
Okay.
The second question is, what measurable impact have your initiatives had in terms of carbon footprint reduction or waste diverted from landfills?
Oh, that's shown in my previous slide. So if you have paid attention, then that's the figure there. So being transparent. So I state all the figures there. So in order to not to be blame greenwashing. Yeah, all the figures are there. You can read it yourself.
All right, thank you so much. Those are the two questions that we saw from the comment section. Okay, so thank you so much,
Thank
Patricia.
you. Thank you.
Before we continue with our second speaker, let's watch another video that explores real-world example of greenwashing. This second video shows cases of greenwashing that occur across different industries. This one compared to our first video in terms of impact and information.
In a bustling grocery store, Pina, a young and conscious shopper, navigates the aisles. Her face lights up as she sees a product labeled 100% eco-friendly. Clutching it, she whispers, "I always try to make the right choice for the planet." Pina meets her friend Pip, who shares his shopping experiences.
You won't believe, this product changed my perspective. Totally eco-friendly.
This one, I was thinking the same. It really makes you feel like you're doing your part, right?
Exactly. I even convinced my housemates to switch. The packaging looks so green, and clean it has to be good.
Yeah, but have you ever actually checked if it's certified by any real environmental group?
I mean, it looks legit. Don't all these brands follow the rules nowadays?
Enthusiastic conversations fill the air. The narration hints, could it all be genuine? In her room, Pina stares at the label, questioning its authenticity. She starts browsing her laptop. Images of green brands flash across the screen. Pina notices a pattern, words like natural, earth-friendly, everywhere.
Are these labels just words?
Determined to uncover the truth, Pina dives into research. She discovers resources detailing the realities behind greenwashing. Her eyes widen as the facade falls away. Inspired by her knowledge, Pina lays her phone aside, saying,
"I won't fall for the label trap."
Don't let the label wrap you. Do the research, show, make informed choices, so empower yourself for real change.
Wow, that video really challenges to think before trusting a label. Exactly. Don't let the label trap you. Do the research, stay aware, and make choices that truly matter. Okay, so now after watching that entertaining video, let's welcome our second speaker, Miss Zurainiee, who will share on what real environmental impact looks like. Ms. Zurainiee brings a wealth of experience in corporate sustainability, and she will be sharing real-world stories that show what genuine impact truly looks. So get ready to be inspired by the people and efforts behind real change. Let's give a warm welcome to Ms. Zurainiee.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and a very good evening to everyone. So my name is Zurainiee. I'm the chapter leader for Trashiro Kota Kinabalu. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations to the Mouse team for organizing this great event, especially on sustainability and greenwashing. Yeah, and congratulations also to your Dr. Sharifah, yeah, for being your advisor, and also to Alden, yeah, for approaching Trashiro Kota Kinabalu and inviting me to talk about a bit of greenwashing. Yeah, so let me just share a bit. Can you guys hear me? Am I clear? Okay, great. So let me just share a bit what we do in next slide, please. What we do in Trashiro Kota Kinabalu. So myself, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of beach cleanups around the coastlines of Kota Kinabalu. And in those years, we've collected about 50,000 kilograms of rubbish. And the movement is being like spearheaded by my core team members, yeah, who are working from their hearts to do all this, especially on the environment aspects. So this has never been like, it's an uphill battle, yeah, when we talk about the environment. And to make things worse is greenwashing. So greenwashing is another area that I would like to touch upon after this. Let me just share a bit about our the environment first on and what we do in Trashiro next, please. So and next. So let me just go through at a this one, yeah, at a glance about our rubbish and the problems that that comes with the this unsolved problem, yeah. So next, please. So when we talk about greenwashing, it's a very complicated thing, and it's a very new term that most of us are not aware of. Yeah, what greenwashing is all about. When we do our beach cleanups, at the same time we do our brand audits. What are brand audits? Brand audits are it's a tool whereby we measure the type of rubbish that we collect, the amount of rubbish, the amount of waste that we have identified, and the biggest polluter would be Coca-Cola. Yeah, this is not a figure that we have plucked out from the sky, but this is something this is based on our findings. Yeah, so Trashiro, we have about 100 over chapters worldwide. So after every cleanup, most of the time we do brand audits, and from these findings, Coca-Cola and Nestle are the top contributors. So how they do greenwashing? Whenever we at Trashiro, our core activities is beach cleanups. Yeah. So Coca-Cola does beach cleanups as well. So they are deceiving the public, showing that we're cleaning up the environment as well. We're cleaning the beaches as well. We're collecting the rubbish and the trash as well. We're trying to save the biomarine life. We are also giving back to the community. Yeah. They are producing their recyclable bottles. They claim it is 100% recyclable, but at the end of the day, we wouldn't really know how safe it is. Yeah, the only the only safest form of plastic would be virgin plastic. That is also questionable because there are like over 17,000 or more than 15,000 mix of chemicals in a PET bottle itself, yeah, or plastic bottle itself. So they claim to have like 100% recyclable bottle, reusable bottles, which is in our shelves, in the Malaysian shelves, in our stores, yeah. But at the same time, you know, when they're doing all this, they deceive the public, but at the same time, they are also polluting the world with their never-ending production of single-use plastic bottles. Yeah, so what you see in our video just now, every beach cleanup that we go through, that we conduct, we always find those particular brands. We always find single-use plastic bottles. So in Sabah, I can't really mention names. It's very sensitive. When you talk about greenwashing, it's very sensitive. Yeah. So in Sabah, we also have the biggest plastic producer. Biggest plastic producer in terms of single-use plastic, one of the biggest in Sabah, yeah. So when you talk about greenwashing, of course, in Sabah, we have this problem, water problem whereby we have the water supply problem, clean drinking water. Yeah, so most of us would be turning to single-use plastic bottles, or water we purchase from single-use plastic bottles, tons and tons of them. And the design of single-use plastic bottles it's on the name itself. It's single-use, and at the end of the day, once you have finished your water bottle, yeah, once you have finished, you consume your water within 2 minutes time, and after that, as the term itself, single use, you have to get rid of your bottle. Okay, you have to discard it. Some would discard it responsibly. Some would just get rid of it in the ocean, or irresponsibly, which at the end of the day it will go into the ocean or places like the paddy fields, the rivers, yeah, by the side of the road. Next, please. Okay, next, someone. So this is the this is a picture of our landfill, yeah. So our landfill is almost suffocating, yeah, from all the rubbish that has been consumed by, or which has been produced by human activities, especially from us, yeah. As long as we have human activities active, the more rubbish that we are going to produce, yeah. So it's the same thing like greenwashing. What you see in the papers, yeah, what you see in the market, especially when you go to any stores, you would see like green labels, like what Madam Tressie mentioned. We need to be clever consumers. We need to do a lot of research before trusting a product being green. Right now, we have even like utensils being made from tapioca, claiming that it is claiming that it can decompose at the end of the day. But the what do you call this? The texture is all plastic. So how can, when there is a mixture of plastic, it can never decompose at the end of the day. Yeah. So let's go to the next slide. Some more. Next. So 80% of our solid waste is disposed in landfills. Yeah, and 20% has not been collected. So these 20%. Next. Where does it go to next? So yes, next. So these 20%, not only greenwashing has made our environment more worse, but just look at the rubbish that is strewn all over. Okay, the paddy field, the rivers, our oceans next, and the drains next. So these are the kind of things that I think it's very, very common and familiar. Yeah, especially when we have a big coastline here in Kota Kinabalu, in Kota Kinabalu itself. Yeah. So next. Next. So these are the kind of scenarios that we see every time we go around the coastlines of Kota Kinabalu. Not only the coastlines, not only the beach areas. Yeah, it's like everywhere here. Okay, next. Next, please. So this is supposed to be our beautiful country, Malaysia. Next. But next. But we are being plagued with all this rubbish. Yeah. Next. Next. Sorry. Okay. Next. So the problem with rubbish, as well as we know, it's not only plaguing human being, but it is also affecting the wildlife. Next. These are all very common pictures when we see in the social media. Yeah. Animals, the ecosystem, everything is being affected with the pollution. Next. Next. And also with the pollution, it comes with side effects such as when we are burning toxins, plastic can cause organ damage, cancer, and birth defects, like what you see in here in the picture. Next. Okay, so this is another form of greenwashing again. Yeah, I believe that this is something familiar to us. Yes. A plastic bottle can decompose in 450 years, and some of the rubbish here, sachet, single use, 10 years, 20 years. So this is another part of greenwashing. Just like people are made to believe that incinerators is good for the environment, when in fact it's more harmful to us. Yeah, burning the rubbish. So next. So this is a misconception. Yeah. Plastic materials will never decompose, only break down into microplastics, which are dangerous to health. Yeah, so another form of greenwashing is when it goes hand in hand with false solutions. There has been the certain organizations are making us believe that incinerations also is one part of a solution for all our rubbish, just by burning all the rubbish and turning it into energy. So this is another form of like a false solution. Yeah. To um, in order to for the answer to the answer to waste management. Yeah. So next, please. So plastics never degrade in nature. So when you see out when you see an advertisement saying that plastics are degradable, plastics are green right now. So those are all false solutions in the name of green. Next. These false solutions, these toxins, okay, go into the food chain. And did you know that Malaysia is voted as one of those the highest in consumption of plastic, meaning to say that we have been consuming plastic, and it is scientifically proven that it has gone into our system. Yeah. So no, it's no joke that without realizing it, you know, a lot of these plastic has gone into our system, jeopardizing our health. Next, please. Next. 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 Next, please. So what we can do to eliminate all this and to safeguard our health, we need to have a systemic change in our lives. Yeah. When we talk about greenwashing, please, we need to be a very, very careful consumer. Do our research. Don't simply believe in everything when there is green, which is being marketed out there. Yeah. So on our part, we can do a systemic change as well. Yeah. Next. First we need to manage our trash responsibly. Separate our trash from recyclables and the non-recyclables. Yeah. And next, we can also do composting to reduce our waste. Yeah. Next. So next. So the systemic change that I would want to emphasize here is for us to start from small. Yeah. Start from us. Start from home. Try to change your stop producing rubbish by stopping it at the source. Change your lifestyle. It's something that changes are not easy. Yeah. But we need to try to do it. Just like changing from your stop buying single-use plastic bottles and start using reusable bottles. Yeah. Eliminate single-use plastic for your food, and try to get just like our nasi lemak, and stop using straws. Yeah. Next. So more important, we reduce or redesign into that new system, and we try to practice that. So I think that wraps up my presentation for tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Zurainiee, for sharing those powerful and inspiring stories. It's clear that real environmental change isn't always flashy. It's consistent, honest, and grounded in action. Thank you again for that meaningful and down-to-earth presentation. So, before we move on to our Q&A, we've been informed that we reached 7,000 viewers on YouTube. So thank you so much to everyone who is watching. And don't forget to fill in the Google form in the pinned comment section to join our lucky draw that will be spin the wheel at the end of the session. Okay, so now we're moving on to the Q&A session. So if anyone has questions, you can drop it in the comments down below so we can ask to Miss Zurainiee. Okay, so we have a question from, wait, okay, you can read it. Okay, so for the first question, what's been the most surprising or unexpected result of your trash hero activities in Kota Kinabalu?
Thank you for that question. So, the most surprising, I think, well, in the beginning it was surprising, but for now it's like common and normal for us. We found a refrigerator, sofa, and washing machine. It's like a Shopee out there. You can find everything.
Maybe like broken items, right?
Sorry?
It's a Shopee for broken items.
No, there's even good items. Yeah, good condition. The items which are still in good condition, like kids' toys. Some we have managed to salvage, and we have managed to salvage a lot of kids' toys, and we have donated it to the hospital, to the kids who, yeah, we have donated it. The good ones, the good condition items, yes.
But that's really surprising to us.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the second question. You said that less plastic is fantastic, but what mindset shift do you believe are most essential before behavior change happen?
Okay, good question. The situation here in, I would just say Kota Kinabalu because our main focus here is in Kota Kinabalu, and we have made cleanups, beaches here from Tuaran to right down to Tanjung Aru, Papar, and then Maruntum, Putatan, not only in beaches areas. Yeah, I also have my volunteers doing cleanups in hilly areas, yeah, swamp areas. So the mindset here, we are lacking in awareness and also ignorance. The public knows that littering is so wrong, and they are like depending on the municipal council, yeah, the authorities to clean up their mess instead of thinking that cleanliness is actually the responsibility of all. It's a communal responsibility. It doesn't really fall on the hands of the authorities alone. Yeah. So we are having an uphill battle here in terms of the mindset, the behavioral change, the cleanliness. Like I mentioned earlier, a systemic change should be in place, but it's not easy for our public to embrace changes, especially when it comes to cleanliness. We are even voted, Kota Kinabalu, Tanjung Aru Beach especially, is even being voted as the most beautiful beach in the world. But at the same time, ironically, we are also voted as the dirtiest beach in the world as well. Yeah, we've got like thousands of tourists coming in to check out our sunset. But it's like so shameful to see, like when they're checking out the sunset, the beach is covered with so much of rubbish. Yeah, and it's like it's an never ending story, our rubbish here. So I wish it was like everyone would pitch in, everyone would everyone would be on the same page. But ideally, that is the most fantastic thing, right? But realistically, that's not happening. So whatever we're doing right now is not just about cleanup, but it's also about creating awareness. And I'm happy to say that the awareness level has gone up to a certain extent, because we have received so many inquiries on collaboration for beach cleanup, yeah, invitation for talks. But at the same time, the level of the waste the level of waste is still at a high high. Yeah. So I wish in Trash Hero Kota Kinabalu that, we try to save, not only we try to save the biomarine life, but we would want to have a cleaner environment for every one of us. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ms. Zurainiee, for the insightful answer. We hope it answer our audience question. So moving on to the last question. Surprising, there are a lot of questions for this session. Okay, so the third question is from Razman. He asks, how do you balance encouraging volunteerism without making it feel like individuals are doing the work corporations should be doing?
Oh, thank you for the question. So basically, that's a really hard question, actually. What I do is, I think what we do in Trash Hero is we do it consistently. Yeah. We never stop, even though it's tough, even though what we see is disheartening, it's breaking our hearts. Cleaning the beach or wherever sites that we went to, like cleaning it right now, and the next hour it's gone back to dirty again. So when you talk about volunteerism, there's not many who has the heart to do this. It's not glamorous, it's dirty, and you're picking up someone else's rubbish. And we always get questions like, why are you doing this? There are the authorities who are doing this. Why are you doing this? They question our motives. They question why we are doing this, when in fact, this is our planet. This is our only earth. Why wouldn't we take care of our earth, right? So I have a group of volunteers, big-hearted people, my core team members, not many of us, 20 of us. They work from the heart. So I never really force them, except for my kids. I think it's not because of Trash Hero, it's not because of me, but it's because I'm very lucky to have found kind-hearted, concerned volunteers who would want to see a better world. Yeah, who really cares and who's really sincere and genuine in executing this work. So I hope these people can be an inspiration to the rest, to the others, yeah, to do the same. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, Shazwan, I hope that answers your question. I think we should be one of those people who volunteer for Trash Hero, right? Yes, we should.
I think your colleagues, I mean your peers were not I think your peers was they did a lot of cleanups with Trash Hero. Yeah. So a round of applause for your university as well and your peers. Yeah.
Okay, thank you to everyone who asked questions. Those questions were excellent and show our collective commitment to becoming more environmentally conscious. The engagement from our audience tonight has been fantastic, and thank you so much to Ms. Zurainiee who have answered those questions. Now, let's move on to the third and final video for the video voting.
Greenwashing is when brands pretend to be eco-friendly, which makes you think you're doing something good for the environment with their brand, when in actuality, you're not. This raises skepticism. But that's not your fault. You want to help the planet, but who can you trust? What if it's all a lie? Doing a simple search can provide a lot of information. Knowledge changes everything. When you know more, they can't fool you. So, don't just trust the label, trust your knowledge.
Be green, not greenwashed.
That video really brought everything together with a healthy dose of skepticism. That's the final video for tonight. 3 different approaches, 1 important message. Stay tuned, voting is just ahead. By the way, don't forget to register in the Google form in the comment section below that is pinned to participate in the lucky draw that will be done in just a few short minutes. A little bit of technical difficulties. We hope you have patience. you. Which video did you find most impactful, informative, or effective in communicating the greenwashing message? And these were the videos. We'll do this with a poll, where you just have to click the poll in the comment section below. Easy, right? Remember, you can only vote for one video, the one you like the most. So let's start. Do vote on the poll now down below. Every vote matters. This will go on for 5 minutes while we're waiting for your important votes. While we are waiting for your important votes, let's have a little fun, shall we? Yes, it's the moment you've all been waiting for, the lucky draw. We'll be spinning the wheel with all the names that you have filled through the registration form. Yes, remember that I remind you just now? So, now let's take a look at the screen and the first... Wait, there's a technical issue, I'm sorry. So now you can see on the screen the wheel and spin. And the first lucky winner is Nurul Shahira. Congratulations! So now let's go for round 2. Second spin. And the second lucky winner is Muhammad Zahri Nur bin Ghazali. Congratulations! Okay, so that makes 7 winners, right? 2 done, 5 more. Do you guys know how much the lucky draw is worth? Okay. So now, the third, 7, 2. Now is the third winner. Okay, 3, 2, 1, spin. The third winner is Parisha Bakri. Congratulations. So we'll spin for the fourth winner. And we have Bernice Wine Anak Anyao for the fourth winner. Congratulations! So there are 3 more slots left for the lucky draw. Who will be these lucky winners tonight? You think it will be your name? I don't think so. Why? You don't think you're lucky enough? I think I don't lucky enough today. So now let's spin the wheel for the third last winner. The next winner goes to Nur Hanis Hara binti Khairul Ikhwan. I actually know this person, so congratulations! So the second last winner. will win this? And the second last winner goes to Muhammad Khairul Azmi bin Suhaib. Congratulations, Khairul. I actually know this person. So, congratulations. Congratulations. So now, this is the last person who will get the last lucky draw. So, just for clarification, each lucky draw winner will get a 20 ringgit cash prize. Okay, so now let's drum roll and see who's the last winner. So the last winner goes to Nur Atira Izyani binti Abdul Rahman. So congrats to all our winners. We will be contacting you shortly after our event ends. Wonderful. The pool results are in. It looks like. Wait a second. Let us let them count about. Wonderful. The poll results are in, and it looks like out of the 3 groups. Okay, for you, which video did you like the most? I think I like your videos. Okay, just for information, my video was the 3rd video. I was in it. Congratulations. But I actually like the second group video because it's a little bit of brain rot vibes. Yeah. So the winner goes to, drum roll please, Group 2! So Group 2 was your favorite video, right? Congratulations to that group. All the 3 videos were excellent, but it's great to see different points of view from our audience. As we come to the end of tonight's program, let's take a moment to reflect on what we have learned. What did you learn tonight, Atika? Well, Iza, tonight we've learned about greenwashing. So now I know how important it is, how it happens, most importantly, how we can avoid it. And especially, we need to join Trash Heroes next volunteer. Yes, we should. Yeah. And yes, we also discovered that being an environmentally conscious consumer requires more than good intention. It requires knowledge, vigilance, and critical thinking. So with that, thank you to Ms. Tressie Yap and Ms. Zurainiee for sharing your invaluable knowledge with all of us tonight. Thank you to both our speakers for helping us see through the green fog of misleading. And thank you to all participants for joining tonight's showcase. Your participation means the world for us, especially those 8,000 viewers. Remember, every purchasing decision we make is a vote for the world we want. Before we say goodbye, we will love to thank some group photo with our speakers and also our participant here. So let's turn on our camera, and for those on YouTube Live, please tap the screen. So as you can see here in the screen, these are all our AJKs, the backbone of this event. So let's take a picture. 1, 2. Ada mana? Ada tak asal? Sudah apa? Satu orang screenshot dari sana. Okay, so sorry. So now, let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3. All right. And that's a wrap on today's showcase on greenwashing. We hope it opened your eyes even just a little to what's real and what's just good marketing. So thank you so much for everyone who joined us. Remember, every small step matters and awareness is where it all begins. I'm Iza. And I'm Atika. Thank you everyone and have a good night. Remember, stay green, but stay smart. Thank you. Bye.